before I start, a quick slide on what we are. A quick introduction to ourselves. We are the second largest HR services provider. But in India, we've been there in many avatars. We started off as Mafua, then Mafua Randstad, and now finally we are Randstad India Limited. We have a presence over 35 locations in India, and we are maybe the number one in India as we stand today. We have about 55,000 staffing employees who are on our rolls, apart from running a full-fledged HR services business. Every time I see this slide, I always smile, because for us this is like food and fodder. One of the best things that could happen to India. We have a huge workforce, a 1.2 billion population and growing, the youngest in India, so for us it should be easy business. The 10% also, quite frankly, is a very good number of those who've been trained or who have some kind of formal education that can be taken to employability. But are we really smiling? The way we see it and from where we stand, talent is abundant but skills are scarce. And the expectations from the clients are changing at a fast growing pace. First it was a certain profile, then a fitment into skills, attitude, and now currently it's also about longevity. The kind of numbers that we read from all kinds of sources, including CII, give us a lot of feel that it's going to be easy business. But believe us, it's been very tough over the years, and I'm here to present what are the things that we are doing to try and increase the base from where we churn. India, all of you know, unlike the rest of the world, has a very small organized sector. So where are we looking for? Within the same 7 to 8% of the organized sector. It is in our interest to expand the base, it is in our interest to get the skills, and that's the reason why we reach out to GTT and many others who would like to help us in improving employability. Some quick thoughts here. The way I see it, it should be actually vital years, not here. The next 10 years, very crucial for the Indian economy. There's a lot of expectation, both in terms of job opportunities and with the numbers that are thrown in terms of 10 million, maybe rising, adding to the workforce every year. So where are the challenges? Clearly, skills been spoken about a couple of times. For us, it's also about reaching out to those set of people who are keenly interested in doing that job, those who would like to, who kind of fit into what the profile the client has shared with us and they are flexible enough to employ, engage with them to increase productivity and for them to stay after they've been trained. Because every time there is attrition, while we have to provide replacement, sometimes there are issues of longevity also being linked to the fact that it's a bad fitment. So net doesn't speak well for us, and from our standpoint, you'll have to understand an HR services company, our main interest is to get it right maybe first time. Clearly in terms of trends, right person for the right job, the speed, the quality and the cost. These are the three things that we found are the ones that are driving our business. And while it's easy to get any two, getting the three together is actually a challenge for us. The specialists, thanks to the fact that everyone wants people as of yesterday or definitely by tomorrow, we have come up with various models, and I'll be showing this to you, especially a couple of models that we've framed out for graduate recruitment, because it's now kind of developing into a certain degree of speciality. We are really supported and enabled by technology. And I'll tell you how, because a lot of people don't really see recruitment assessments and how it is done and wonder where does technology come into all this. But if you've heard of Boolean strings, for some of you who work with big data, for many of us who are talking about digital interviewing, these are things that we already do in other parts of the world, and we are hoping this would be coming soon into India. This is really the way sourcing is technically seen, comprehensively putting it together. Let me just share with you, I haven't shared some of the findings that we had earlier seen in one of our reports on Workforce 360 on what is the employee and employer expectation. The yearbook has the complete study. do please have a look, because that gives you a feeler of where the world is moving to. So while you have the employers who are talking about the next years, we're going to look at knowledge workers. We are going to definitely look at flexibility, because the business cycle does have its highs and lows, and they would not like to take a huge workforce, and there are changing skill sets that they want, new technologies coming in, new kind of people, and there's always the problem of attrition. So a lot of them actually keep looking at new and new ways of doing things, and that's the reason why we are trying to see how we can expand the base. In this study, you'll also see that unlike the popular belief around compensation, that really doesn't figure in the top three. It's really the opportunities, the learning opportunities, the growth opportunities, and the feeling of being valued, which really comes topmost amongst the employees in terms of what are they looking for. The highest, believe me, in terms of challenge for India, as spoken through the India, and we were comparing this across the other Southeast Asian countries. We were looking at China, we were looking at Hong Kong as a market, Singapore, Malaysia, Australia, and New Zealand. And the biggest challenge and the highest on challenge that we found for India was actually leadership skills, and not productivity and workforce engagement. A lot of HR heads actually felt that's where the main challenge is, because leadership involves a lot of soft skills. It has, it's not just growing yourself, it's growing with the others, sometimes mentoring, allowing others some space to improvise. A lot of these factors actually affect business growth, and one doesn't see that happening seamlessly. This is, like I said, this is one of the ways we do our RPO. It's an end-to-end graduate recruitment process. Starts with the design, which is generally done along with the strategic intent of the client. And then, of course, attracting people from campus, the pre-screening, selection, onboarding, and then capturing the data for improvements. Just to give it to you in a client context, this is something that we had run for Prudential. And something closer to home is Federal Bank. If we talk in terms of internship, it was very interesting for us to work with Volvo, because they don't have two separate programs. They would like to run it simultaneously. They want some people on as graduates full time. They also want to give a chance to those who haven't reached that mark and put them through an internship program and see if they can come in and take up the job later. For us, this was kind of interesting in the Indian context, because a lot of people wanted ready in the place, the shape, size, the way they would like to have it. And this runs concurrently. These are not two separate processes. Some of the list of our clients I'm just jumping over in the interest of time. Just to share with you the comprehensive tools, we've now kind of divided that into two, in which now we are focusing on the find. Find is really the passive candidates for us, those who are not actively looking for a job, those who are there somewhere, and those who can be reached through other media, like the social media. We use LinkedIn, we use Twitter. There are, like I said, this Boolean strings is one of the ways that through which we are trying to focus on what is it that comes closest to the profiles that we are trying to match. Of course, data mining and looking at some kind of selection through the assessment tools that we have is another way, but now we've gone beyond the readily available databases, job boards, active. And the reason why we've done that, just to speak a little more, is because we've realized that it's only 30% of the people who are active and looking for options in the market, and they're really part of the churn. You know, it's like churning the same data over and over again, the same set of people on the job boards looking for a job, many of them, and that's the reason why many of the companies are also finding this as a problem, because people are leaving. They're getting too many offers on hand. They haven't stabilized, yet everyone wants them on board. And we realize that there's actually another set of people who are content. And India, like, just to share with you, as you will read in the report, 50% of the employees are happy with their current jobs. So it's not that people are actively jumping on to look for new options, like is generally believed that we are all kind of spoiled for options. It's the other countries which don't have that kind of element, because people don't have that kind of span of loyalty or, you know, as you might say, interest to stay on. So India is actually quite high there. And yet we talk about attritions, and the levels are always in double digits and sometimes much above 50. Though a lot of us may not admit it, but it's something that all of us are facing. And the best skill sets, actually the ones who are really scarce, at least the way we feel it. But when we went through the other 70% of checking on the talent pool, we realized they were not that scarce. It's just a matter of finding the right match. And that's why we use the other tools. Like I said, there are enough and more tools now that can be utilized. I'm sure my other panelists, esteemed panelists who would be speaking on how technology is being used will talk a little more about it. But HireVue, iMomentus, these are some of the things which are being used by Randstad abroad, and we are hoping that we would be utilizing some of those tools in India as the digital age really sets in. This is really, it's like a slide for the company, but it could be useful for you as well. And this is really about how do we source, what is the kind of passage that, the kind of people who reach out, how do we reach out to them, what is it that we offer, but the avenues and where you can come in are immense. We have, just to give you an instance, in every vertical that we work with, we have careers, we have internships, we have positions, and they are as of last month, and they keep changing. So I just picked out two from our construction and engineering services vertical. I asked them quickly for yesterday night on what are the kind of positions you're working on. Because in most of the forums, I keep telling you, if you need a quick job, join the sales and marketing. That's always evergreen, everyone's looking for them, and the targets are always going up. So that is something which is readily available. But if you were looking for specialists, what are the kind of positions and clients who work with us? This is something which is running currently. So anyone who would like to reach out to us on any of these positions for internships or longer can reach out to us. This is just to kind of give you a flavor. That it's not that they are not there, it's just that we need a lot of them, but to fit the client profile. In case the profiles don't match completely, we always try and get you an option of it.